Alarm system installation methods can be classified into two categories: hardwired and wireless zone. Hardwired systems use wires to connect the sensors, control panels, keypads, sirens, and other devices. Wireless systems use radio signals or infrared beams to communicate between the component zone. The choice of installation method depends on several factors, such as the type and size of the premises, the layout and construction of the building, the availability and cost of wiring, the desired level of security, and the customer's preference on it. Hardwired systems are generally more reliable, secure, and durable than wireless systems. They are less prone to interference, tampering, or battery failure. However, they are also more expensive, labor-intensive, and difficult to install, especially in existing buildings where wiring may be concealed or inaccessibly owned. Wireless systems are more convenient, flexible, and easy to install than hardwired systems. They can be used in places where wiring is impractical or impossible, such as historic buildings, remote locations, or temporary sites. They can also be easily expanded or relocated as needed. However, they are also more susceptible to false alarms, signal loss, or hacking. They require regular battery replacement and maintenance zoning. Alarm system installation materials include various types of wires, cables, connectors, terminals, junction boxes, conduits, staples, clips, screws, anchors, and other hardware. The selection of materials depends on the specifications of the system components, the environmental conditions of the site, and the local codes and regulations zone. Some common types of wires and cables used in alarm system installation are solid wire, stranded wire, shielded wire, twisted pair, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, and plenum cablone. Each type has its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of conductivity, resistance, capacitance, impedance, noise immunity, bandwidth, cost, and ease of installation. Some common types of connectors and terminals used in alarm system installation are screw terminals, spade terminals, ring terminals, butt splices, crimp connectors, B connectors, F connectors, RJ-type connectors, BNC connectors, and sync connector zone. Each type has its own features and applications in terms of compatibility, reliability, security, and convenience and on. Some common types of junction boxes and conduits used in alarm system installation are metallic boxes, non-metallic boxes, surface-mounted boxes, flush-mounted boxes, electrical metallic tubing AEMT, rigid metal conduit RMC, flexible metal conduit FMC, liquid tight flexible metal conduit LFMC, electrical non-metallic tubing NT, rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit PVC, and liquid tight flexible non-metallic conduit LFNC1. Each type has its own characteristics and uses in terms of protection, durability, aesthetics, and installation. Topic 1. Alarm system installation methods can be classified into two categories: hardwired and wireless. Hardwired systems use wires to connect the sensors, control panels, keypads, sirens, and other devices. Wireless systems use radio signals or infrared beams to communicate between the components. The choice of installation method depends on several factors, such as the type and size of the premises, the layout and construction of the building, the availability and cost of wiring, the desired level of security, and the customer's preference. Hardwired systems are generally more reliable, secure, and durable than wireless systems. They are less prone to interference, tampering, or battery failure. However, they are also more expensive, labor-intensive, and difficult to install, especially in existing buildings where wiring may be concealed or inaccessible. Wireless systems are more convenient, flexible, and easy to install than hardwired systems. They can be used in places where wiring is impractical or impossible, such as historic buildings, remote locations, or temporary sites. They can also be easily expanded or relocated as needed. However, they are also more susceptible to false alarms, signal loss, or hacking. They require regular battery replacement and maintenance. Topic 2. Alarm system installation materials include various types of wires, cables, connectors, terminals, junction boxes, conduits, staples, clips, screws, anchors, and other hardware. The selection of materials depends on the specifications of the system components, the environmental conditions of the site, and the local codes and regulations. Some common types of wires and cables used in alarm system installation are solid wire, stranded wire, shielded wire, twisted pair, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, and platinum cable. Each type has its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of conductivity, resistance, capacitance, impedance, noise immunity, bandwidth, cost, and ease of installation. Solid wire is made of a single solid metal conductor. It is easy to work with and has low resistance and capacitance. However, it is also stiff and brittle, which makes it prone to breaking or cracking when bent or twisted. Stranded wire is made of several thin strands of metal twisted together. It is more flexible and durable than solid wire. It can withstand bending and vibration better. However, it also has higher resistance and capacitance than solid wire. Shielded wire is a type of wire that has a metal foil or braided mesh wrapped around it to protect it from electromagnetic interference, EMI, or radio frequency interference, RFI. It is used for sensitive or low-level signals that need to be isolated from external noise sources. Twisted pair is a type of cable that consists of two insulated wires twisted together in a helical pattern. It reduces crosstalk and interference between the wires by canceling out the electromagnetic fields generated by each wire. Coaxial cable is a type of cable that has a central conductor surrounded by an insulating layer, a metallic shield, and an outer jacket. It can carry high-frequency signals over long distances with minimal loss or distortion. Fiber optic cable is a type of cable that uses thin strands of glass or plastic to transmit light signals. It has very high bandwidth and immunity to EMI or R1, however. It is also more expensive and fragile than other types of cables. Platinum cable is a type of cable that has a special fire-resistant jacket that prevents the spread of smoke or flames in case of fire. It is used in plenum spaces, which are areas above ceilings or below floors where air circulates for heating or cooling purposes. Some common types of connectors and terminals used in alarm system installation are screw terminals, spade terminals, ring terminals, butt splices, crimp connectors, B connectors, F connectors, RJ-type connectors, BNC connectors, and SYN connectors. Each type has its own features and applications in terms of compatibility, reliability, security, and convenience. Screw terminals are simple and widely used connectors that have screws to secure the wires to the terminal block. They are easy to install and remove, but may loosen over time due to vibration or corrosion. Spade terminals are fork-shaped connectors that slide onto screw terminals or studs. They provide a better contact than bare wires, but may also fall off easily if not tightened properly. Ring terminals are ring-shaped connectors that fit around screw terminals or studs. They provide a more secure connection than spade terminals, but are harder to remove. Butt splices are connectors that join two wires end-to-end by crimping or soldering them together. They are used to extend or repair wires, but may create weak points or increase resistance in the circuit. Crimp connectors are connectors that use metal sleeves or barrels to compress the wires together by using a crimping tool. They are quick and easy to use but require the right size and type of connector for each wire gauge. B connectors are small gel-filled connectors that splice two wires together by piercing their insulation with metal teeth. They are commonly used for telephone wiring but may cause corrosion or short circuits if exposed to moisture. F connectors are coaxial connectors that have a threaded nut that screws onto the cable end. They are used for TV antenna, cable TV, or satellite dish connections but may cause signal loss if not tightened properly. RJ-type connectors are modular connectors that have plastic plugs with metal pins that snap into matching jacks. They are used for telephone, data, or network connections but may be damaged by bending or pulling the wires. BNC connectors are coaxial connectors that have a bayonet-style locking mechanism that twists onto the cable end. They are used for video, audio, or security camera connections, but may cause signal loss if not aligned properly. Sync connectors are fiber optic connectors that have a spring-loaded bayonet-style locking mechanism that pushes onto the cable end. They are used for high-speed data or network connections, but may cause signal loss if not cleaned or inserted properly. Some common types of junction boxes and conduits used in alarm system installation are metallic boxes, non-metallic boxes, surface-mounted boxes, flush-mounted boxes, electrical metallic tubing EAMT, rigid metal conduit RMC, flexible metal conduit FMC, liquid tight flexible metal conduit LFMC, electrical non-metallic tubing ENT, rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit PVC, and liquid tight flexible non-metallic conduit LFNC. Each type has its own characteristics and uses in terms of protection, durability, aesthetics, and installation. Metallic boxes are junction boxes that are made of metal, such as steel or aluminum. They provide good protection and grounding for the wires, but may rust or corrode over time. Non-metallic boxes are junction boxes that are made of plastic, such as PVC or polycarbonate. They are lighter and cheaper than metallic boxes, but may melt or deform under high temperatures. Surface-mounted boxes are junction boxes that are attached to the surface of the wall or ceiling. They are easy to install and access, but may be unsightly or vulnerable to damage. Flush-mounted boxes are junction boxes that are recessed into the wall or ceiling. They are more aesthetically pleasing and secure than surface-mounted boxes, but require more work and skill to install. Electrical metallic tubing VMT is a type of conduit that is made of thin-walled steel or aluminum tubing. It is easy to bend and cut but may rust or corrode over time. Rigid metal conduit to RMC is a type of conduit that is made of thick-walled steel or aluminum tubing. It is very strong and durable, but also heavy and hard to bend or cut. Flexible metal conduit FMC is a type of conduit that is made of coiled steel or aluminum strips. It is flexible and easy to install but may kink or break if bent too much. Liquid tight flexible metal conduit LFMC is a type of conduit that is similar to FMC but has a plastic coating that makes it waterproof and resistant to oil, chemicals, or UV rays. Electrical non-metallic tubing ENT is a type of conduit that is made of corrugated plastic tubing. It is lightweight and flexible but may crack or collapse if crushed or exposed to heat. Rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit PVC is a type of conduit that is made of hard plastic tubing. It is cheap and easy to install but may become brittle or warp under extreme temperatures. Liquid tight flexible non-metallic conduit LFNC is a type of conduit that is similar to ENT but has a plastic coating that makes it waterproof and resistant to oil, chemicals, or UV rays. Topic 3. Alarm reporting is the process of transmitting the alarm signals from the protected premises to the monitoring station, where the appropriate response can be initiated on. There are various methods of alarm reporting, such as telephone lines, cellular networks, radio networks, internet protocol, and video verification. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of speed, reliability, cost, and security. Telephone lines are the most common and traditional method of alarm reporting. They use the existing public switch telephone network, PSTN, to dial a predetermined number and send a coded message to the monitoring station owner. They are relatively cheap and easy to install but may be vulnerable to line cuts, busy signals, or power outages. Cellular networks are a newer and more advanced method of alarm reporting. They use wireless cellular phones or modems to communicate with the monitoring station via digital or analog signal zone. They are more secure and reliable than telephone lines, but may be more expensive and require good coverage and battery backup. Radio networks are another wireless method of alarm reporting. They use radio transmitters and receivers to send and receive alarm signals over dedicated or shared frequency zones. They are fast and immune to line cuts, but may be affected by interference, jamming, or licensing issues. Internet Protocol (IPA) is a modern and versatile method of alarm reporting. It uses the internet or a local area network (LAN) to send alarm signals as data packets to the monitoring station via an IP address zone. It can support multiple communication formats, such as voice, text, or video, but may be dependent on the availability and quality of the internet connection. Video verification is a supplementary method of alarm reporting that enhances the accuracy and efficiency of the alarm response. It uses video cameras and sensors to capture and transmit images or clips of the alarm event to the monitoring station or the end user. It can help verify the cause and severity of the alarm and reduce false alarms, but may also raise privacy and bandwidth concerns. Topic 4. Wireless alarm systems have many advantages over hardwired systems, but they also have some drawbacks. According to Understanding and Servicing Alarm Systems, 3rd edition 2, wireless systems are convenient. They do not require drilling holes or running wires through walls, floors, or ceilings. They can be installed quickly and easily by anyone with basic skills. Flexible. They can be adapted to any type of building or environment, regardless of the age, size, or layout. They can also be customized to meet specific security needs. Easy to install. They use radio frequency RF signals to communicate with the control panel and other devices. They only need a power source and a mounting location for each component. Portable. They can be moved from one place to another without damaging the property or affecting the system performance. They can also be expanded or reduced as needed by adding or removing devices. However, wireless systems also have some disadvantages, such as false alarms. They are more prone to false alarms due to interference from other RF sources, such as cell phones, microwaves, or cordless phones. They can also be triggered by environmental factors such as humidity, temperature, dust. Signal loss. They can lose signal strength or quality due to distance, obstructions, or metal objects. They can also be affected by power outages or low battery levels. Hacking. They can be hacked or jammed by malicious intruders who want to disable the system or access the data. They can also be compromised by unauthorized users who want to modify the system settings or code. Maintenance. They require regular battery replacement and testing to ensure proper functioning. They also need periodic software updates and firmware upgrades to keep up with the latest technology and security standards. Topic 5. Alarm system installation materials are the various items that are used to connect and secure the system components, such as sensors, detectors, keypads, sirens, and control panels. According to Understanding and Servicing Alarm Systems, 3rd edition, the selection of materials depends on 3 main factors. Specifications of the system components. The materials must be compatible with the type, voltage, current, and frequency of the system components. They must also meet the performance and quality standards of the system manufacturer. Environmental conditions of the site. The materials must be suitable for the temperature, humidity, dust, corrosion, vibration, and noise levels of the site. They must also be resistant to fire, water, rodents, insects, and other hazards. Local codes and regulations. The materials must comply with the local codes and regulations regarding electrical safety, fire protection, building construction, and alarm system installation. They must also have the proper certification and labeling. Some examples of alarm system installation materials are wires and cables. They are used to transmit electrical signals or power between the system components. They can be classified by their gauge, thickness, insulation, coating, shielding protection, and color identification. Connectors and terminals. They are used to join wires or cables to each other or to the system components. They can be classified by their shape, round, square, etc., size, diameter, length, etc., material, metal, plastic, etc., and type, screw, crimp, solder, etc. Junction boxes and conduits. They are used to enclose wires or cables and protect them from damage or exposure. They can be classified by their material, metal, plastic, etc., shape, rectangular, circular, etc., size, volume, dimensions, etc., and rating, door, outdoor, etc. Staples, clips, screws, anchors, and other hardware. They are used to fasten wires or cables to walls, ceilings, floors, or other surfaces. They can be classified by their material, metal, plastic, etc., size, diameter, length, etc., shape, round, flat, etc., and type, nail in, screw in, adhesive in, etc. Topic 6. Wires and cables are essential materials for alarm system installation, as they carry electrical signals or power between the system components. According to Understanding and Servicing Alarm Systems, 3rd edition, some common types of wires and cables used in alarm system installation are solid wire. It is made of a single solid metal conductor, usually copper or aluminum. It has high conductivity, low resistance, and low cost, but it is also stiff, brittle, and prone to breaking when bent or twisted. Stranded wire. It is made of several thin metal strands twisted together to form a single conductor. It has lower conductivity, higher resistance, and higher cost than solid wire, but it is also more flexible, durable, and resistant to breaking when bent or twisted. Shielded wire. It is a type of wire that has a metal foil or braided mesh wrapped around the conductor to protect it from electromagnetic interference (EMI) or radio frequency interference (RFI). It has higher capacitance, impedance, and cost than unshielded wire, but it also has better noise immunity and signal quality. Twisted pair. It's a type of cable that consists of two insulated wires twisted together to form a pair. It reduces EMI and RFI by canceling out the noise induced in each wire by the other. It has low capacitance, impedance, and cost, but it also has limited bandwidth and distance. Coaxial cable. It is a type of cable that consists of a central conductor surrounded by an insulating layer, a metallic shield, and an outer jacket. It has high bandwidth, distance, and noise immunity, but it also has high capacitance, impedance, and cost. It is commonly used for video signals. Fiber optic cable. It is a type of cable that consists of a thin glass or plastic fiber that carries light signals instead of electrical signals. It has very high bandwidth, distance, and noise immunity, but it also has very high cost and requires special equipment and skills to install and terminate. Plenum cable. It is a type of cable that has a special fire-resistant jacket that prevents the spread of smoke and toxic gases in case of fire. It is required by some local codes and regulations for installation in plenum spaces, such as air ducts or ceilings. Topic 7. Connectors and terminals are essential materials for alarm system installation, as they join wires or cables to each other or to the system. Components. According to Understanding and Servicing Alarm Systems 3rd edition, some common types of connectors and terminals used in alarm system installation are screw terminals. They are metal plates with screws that clamp the wires or cables to the terminal block. They are compatible with most types of wires or cables, but they are not very reliable or secure, as they can loosen or corrode over time. Spade terminals. They are metal forks that slide onto the screw terminals. They are more reliable and secure than bare wires, as they provide a better contact and prevent the wires from slipping off the terminals. Ring terminals. They are metal rings that fit around the screw terminals. They are similar to spade terminals, but they are more secure as they cannot be pulled off the terminals. Butt splices. They are plastic tubes with metal sleeves that join two wires or cables by crimping them together. They are convenient and easy to use, but they are not very reliable or secure, as they can break or come loose over time. Crimp connectors. They are metal barrels that join two wires or cables by crimping them together. They are more reliable and secure than butt splices, as they provide a stronger and tighter connection. B connectors. They are plastic capsules with metal teeth that join two wires by piercing their insulation and crimping them together. They are commonly used for telephone wires, as they provide a quick and easy connection without stripping the wires. F connectors. They are metal nuts that screw onto the ends of coaxial cables. They are commonly used for video signals, as they provide a high-quality and low-loss connection. RJ-type connectors. They are plastic plugs that snap into the jacks of twisted pair cables. They are commonly used for telephone and network signals, as they provide a standardized and modular connection. BNC connectors. They are metal plugs that twist onto the ends of coaxial cables. They are commonly used for video signals, as they provide a secure and interference-free connection. SYNC connectors. They are plastic plugs that snap onto the ends of fiber optic cables. They are commonly used for light signals, as they provide a high-speed and low-noise connection. Topic 8. Junction boxes and conduits are essential materials for alarm system installation, as they enclose and protect wires or cables from damage or exposure. According to Understanding and Servicing Alarm Systems 3rd edition, some common types of junction boxes and conduits used in alarm system installation are metallic boxes. They are metal boxes that can be grounded to provide electrical safety. They are durable and fire-resistant, but they are also heavy and expensive. They can be surface-mounted or flush-mounted on walls or ceilings. Non-metallic boxes. They are plastic boxes that do not require grounding. They are lightweight and inexpensive, but they are also less durable and fire-resistant than metallic boxes. They can be surface-mounted or flush-mounted on walls or ceilings. Surface-mounted boxes. They are boxes that are attached to the surface of walls or ceilings. They are easy to install and access, but they are also less aesthetic and more vulnerable to tampering than flush-mounted boxes. Flush-mounted boxes. They are boxes that are recessed into the walls or ceilings. They are more aesthetic and secure than surface-mounted boxes, but they are also more difficult to install and access. Electrical metallic tubing, IMT. It is a thin-walled metal tube that can be bent and cut easily. It is commonly used for indoor applications, as it provides moderate protection and durability. Rigid metal conduit, RMC. It is a thick-walled metal tube that can withstand high pressure and impact. It is commonly used for outdoor applications, as it provides high protection and durability. Flexible metal conduit, FMC. It is a spiral wound metal tube that can be bent and twisted easily. It is commonly used for connecting devices that require flexibility, such as motion sensors or cameras. Liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, LFMC. It is a flexible metal conduit that has a plastic coating that makes it waterproof and corrosion-resistant. It is commonly used for wet or damp locations, such as basements or bathrooms. Electrical nonmetallic tubing anti. It is a flexible plastic tube that can be bent and cut easily. It is commonly used for low-voltage applications, such as telephone or network cables. Rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit, PVC. It is a rigid plastic tube that can withstand high temperature and moisture. It is commonly used for underground applications, as it provides high protection and durability. Liquid-tight flexible nonmetallic conduit, LFNC, is a flexible plastic tube that has a plastic coating that makes it waterproof and corrosion-resistant. It is commonly used for wet or damp locations, such as basements or bathrooms.